Hi, everybody. Give me a second. Sorry, y'all. Oh, I'm on the right one. Okay. Almost finished, you guys. Okay. Let me do this. I have to, okay. I'm gonna extend an invitation for her, Tiffany Fraser. I'm checking my emails right now, you guys. Oh, let me extend the invitation for a roundtable talk show too. Hello. I would LOVE to extend this a round table talk show to you on. I'm going to show y'all in just a second. Hold on. I've been moving around like a tomboy. I don't have like people to, you know. Um overcoming challenges. Overcoming challenges on October 2nd at 10 a.m. You can attend both events if you want. Let me know your thoughts. Okay. Another one. What? I love the hooks. That's sorry about that, y'all. Oh, oh, I felt so stupid. Disregard that, Laura, Lori. Let me read this. Okay. It says, Confessions of a rock and roll name dropper. Let's read it together. The boys are back in town. Um, Confessions of a Rock and Roll Name Dropper. My life leading up to John Lennon's last interview is the story of my rock radio related early life and career wrapped around the time I spent with John Lennon and Yoko Ono December 8th, 1980, following the release of Double Fantasy. Our interview ended mere hours before John Lennon was shot and killed, and I got bugged by the creep who ended up assassinating John, whose name I never mentioned or print. Sigh. I also wrote the incredibly well received 3 hour um, RKO special that aired a mere 6 days after John's assassination. John Lennon, the man, the memory, as well as the 14-hour RKO presents the Beatles, which I also co-produced, along the longest Fab Four radio special ever created for the US. It was super popular and syndicated shortly afterwards to be played around the world, and we expanded it to 17 hours and changed the title to the original one I come up with, The Beatles from Liverpool to Legend. When I interviewed the Beatles producer George Martin in January 1980, he told me that it was the best Beatles special he ever heard, and he loved listening to it twice in England. Yay. This year, we're approaching the 45th anniversary of John Lennon's assassination, which I still prefer to as the best and the worst day of my life, especially since right after the interview is when I was accosted, followed, and bugged by the jerk who turned out to be John Lennon's killer. I felt guilty for the last 45 years for not reporting him to the Dakota Security Department of the police. Damn. I definitely wrote my book to attract tons of readers and create awareness in my rock and roll related existence, which has always been important to me since as a toddler. I began living with a transitor radio plugged in my ears nearly all day and night to stay away from my dysfunctional family. I tell all my readers all about being a teenage runaway that, thanks to my violent, unfortunate family upbringing, as well as how sex, drugs, and rock and roll sent me up the road, not only to John Lennon's last day on this planet, but also the tons of other incredible interviews I conducted. Everyone from Paul and Linda McCartney in their latest lineup of Wings in London, June 1979, to George Harrison, 1978, George Martin, 1980, plus plenty of other incredible rock and roll stars, including Little Richard, Pennyman, Ramones, Talking Head, Mick Jagger, David Bowie, etc. And they all nearly all featured, described, and quoted in my book. I've also not only guested on a number of podcasts, which are featured on my book's website, but also on TV, radio shows, The Today Show, ABC 2020, CNN, Cyrus XM, Beatles Channel, Fab Forum. Plus, I also did a super interview shoot for the European true crime docuseries called Red Crime that aired this past summer. Also guested on the British 72 Films production Apple TV docuseries John Lennon, Murder Without a Trial, as well as the major British director Alan Parker's feature film documentary about John Lennon's last year called Borrowed Time that's finally coming out. And now I'm a major guest on upcoming Netflix documentary that stars screening on December 8th plus. I'm planning on, well, to guest on plenty more podcasts as well as online radio, TV shows. Plus, I'll be getting a lot more book reviews, a number of which are already on my website, including Beatles Magazine. Hope you'll read and totally dig my book. Enjoy. And please let me know if you'd like to talk to me about an upcoming effort. Okay. Hi. Hello. Here is the link to sign up. Send me a short version of your bio. I have your picture. Oh, did I extend an invitation to her too? I would love to have her insight. She would do good for overcoming challenges. Jennifer Wright, that would be 3 women, but then that would mean that that would have to get cut down into 3 minute segment where they talk for 3 minutes each. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 21. Hello, I would love to extend the invitation for the 2nd of October for a round table talk show on oh, I told Jennifer the role of curiosity. That's just overcoming challenges. That would be a totally different show. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, so I sent um okay. I mean, my name is Mickey, an independent publicist who represent author Alice McBain. Alice is undergoing a project called Authors versus AI, which she'll be looking to write a book a week for 52 weeks. in an effort to show that the human element can publish literary works better and faster than AI technology. The mission started on Global Book Day, and we are hopeful you will be interested in this coverage of a spotlight or interview with Allison directly. Could you send a bio? I gotta look at my messages on Matchmaker. Janice. Ooh, which one is for Janice? On Curiosity. Oh man, how I'm gonna do this? Okay, I'm gonna do it for the 16th. Hello, can we do the 16th of October for the role of Curiosity at 10 a.m.? Okay, where are you at? What did you just do with it? Okay. Um, Here is the link to sign up for the individual interview. Our, if you agree, our interview will be on the 16th of October at 10 a.m. Damn it, I'm supposed to put the round table talk show. I'm rushing. Oh, I'm about to connect y'all. Here we go. Okay. Watch you not take. This is pretty cool. Michael Wright of the Five Heartbeats. You went way back with that one. I don't know which one is Michael Wright. Now I want to look him up. I have the Kimberly Cloud Show, and I have just started a new spin off called The Growing Expert. Various subjects. Here is the link to sign up. Wow. You know what? No. Hello. I am Miss Kimberly. I, I want to enter I like once. We're going to learn about the brain after this. This is my last one. I would love to interview you about your past and future. I also Oh, I would love to interview her. She got a lot to tell. Wow. She said she a Italophile. She speak Italian, and she had an Italian husband for almost 55 years. She's Jewish. Okay. New Yorker, lured by Colorado for my daughter, or by my daughter Emma. Oh, oh my God. I have to have I don't even need to read no more. Carl Jung. I remember them talking about him, Sigmund Freud. Hello, Carol. I did not read all of yours bio, but I am in very capital VRY interested in having you on the show to discuss Carl Jung. They all hung out together. They were like the first crew. I have to fact check that. I think I seen the they all came across each other. All the doctors worked amongst each other to solve problems of what, and then they came out with the first round, first generation drugs, which were drugs like what is that drug called? I guess God don't want me to say the drug, but it was a first generational drug, and we're like in a third or second generation. with drugs now. But I'm very interested in having you on the show to discuss Carl John. Not only to discuss him, but your past, present, and future. You have a lot to tell me about your life. 79 years. Wow. Congratulations. If you are interested in signing up, here is the link. Kind of look familiar. Stephanie Wood. Not Stephanie, but another lady. She put some hard work into what she's done. I like that. Oh, already had one. That would have been a good one. I have a show called The Kimberly Cloud Show, LLC. I Okay, so today what I did was I did a lot of shows. I went and I re-emailed, checked my emails, and emailed 4 ladies. I've emailed through Matchmaker 5 ladies. Um, emailed at least 4 guys. Um, and I have some people for the Roundtable Talk Show, so that's good. It's going to be 2 more women. And I'm having one on the second, but I need to figure out because Jennifer Wright never wrote me back, so it will be. Let me put this. Okay. So, yeah. After I sent the email, I went on a Matchmaker. After Matchmaker, I sent some things off to these lovely women and men. So, yeah. Other than that, um, I hope that you guys can take the time out. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch my show and transferring it over to my next show, which was this show that I had to do. And that's basically it. You know, I don't really have much else to do or say. I may get on here at 7:30. I may get on here at 7:30, but that will probably be pushing it to do a video about Trump. Um, um, I can see myself doing it, but if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it now. I might as well do it now, like I did earlier, because it's just at the 57-minute 44-second mark. Hold on. She's basically saying the laws in DC are weak, that the 14, 15, and 16-year-old children um, know that they'll get out on bail, which is true. And that's what I've been saying. I was saying that something needs to be done about these laws against juveniles. Okay, hold on. This is old. America, Charlotte transit system, they must have just built that like 10 years ago, probably, because I'm way old, but that was so wrong of him to do her that like that. That was an evil and horrendous thing that you can do to a person, and then walked around with blood trailing from his body, his blood. Look at how petite she is. What did she do to him? People in Charlotte are crazy. You know, if a white man did this to a petite black woman, we would have pictures of the black women and statues of the black women everywhere. This happened to be a white woman, and is sick. I heard a woman get raped in jail saying, "I'm a Ukrainian refugee. Leave me alone." What they do is they desensitize it. They belittle it. They brush it under the rug like it's not happening when it is. Because CNN can't face the fact that the music is the reason. The you know, it looked like he had headphones on. Let's look at the tape again. Are they gonna show him again? The way he looked, it's like something, he didn't have headphones on, but it's like something overcame him. He was tossing his head back and forth. And nobody, not a one fucking layperson did nothing. She got used to being there in Charlotte and she got fucked over. Charlotte was the wrong place for you. Is he arrested? Let's see. What is his name? Y'all said it already. basically his mind was on killer mode, where he was like, he didn't, I can guarantee you that this killer, this monster, this evil person looked at her and grew rage. But for him to be able to get away with that crap and just walk around like, what, I guess once you get a taste of blood, like that's blood on your hand. When I cut my finger, I cringe at that. And you can tell he's a murderer. These are the charges that he hasn't even, these are the charges that stuck in Charlotte. The men in Charlotte are so freaking violent. My dad, violent. My brother, violent. He stabbed his girlfriend with a screwdriver or a knife in her leg. It takes somebody that's murdered people. That's why every freaking day I try to fight to get better so I can be a senator, so I can get laws passed and be a part of something, so I can keep people like my brother locked up because they're murderers. They don't deserve a second chance. They came across people like me and they sat up there and failed miserably. I did nothing to my brother, and he did me dirty. And that's not being vindictive. That's the truth. He is a monster. Poor training, called his own mother the B word. It takes a canning, disgusting type of individual to call your own mother the B word. They need to be locked up. And some people get away with murder. I mean, he done skated through this system just like this career criminal has. He skated through the system with things sticking and things not sticking, police doing vigorous police work to try to have him arrested, to get him, criminals like my brother and like him, off the street. And Charlotte Mecklenburg has gotten partially corrupt because what, it's only so much a police officer can take where they're trying to bust feet every day to get rid of criminals that's doing vile things to people, violence, assault, and all of the mixture of things. You have one chance. You one chance. You mess up one time and you do it, keep doing the same thing almost 20 times, if not more. My brother's rap sheet is even worser than that. They always change and feel rehabilitated when they go in jail because they don't like the setting of being constricted and told what to do. I did what I had to do when I was in jail. I did what I had to do. It was the system that let me down. They said we cannot arrest. That sounds just like something they would say. We can't arrest our way out of the problem. Yes, it's actually the cure to the whole thing. It's to arrest and detain. If he was arrested, her fate would have been that she would have made it to her fucking job, but she didn't. So how is arrest? How is that like that? Watch his face. Watch his face. He watched her. He had his eyes partially open when he saw her sit down. It's like he knew. And watch his body language. Watch. It's like the system has failed in Charlotte Mecklenburg because this is exactly the amount of pictures. If you go off and look at my brother's website, how many pictures, different pictures he have from as many times as he's been in jail. It's like they like that shit. If this was a white man, I'd be saying the same shit. When I went to the subway downtown Seattle, I had this one Hispanic chick guy. She was like, bitch. And I'm like, who? Like, why are you calling me that? It was like crazy. It was like clockwork. I was being called the B word, like it was organized. Okay, I may have been cussing, but let's do something real quick. Let's pray for that lady. I don't know her name, but let's go to Charlotte. Take us to Charlotte, dear Lord and God, where that girl was savagely and maliciously stabbed to death. Let the person who did this to her, may they one day pray to God for forgiveness. But right now, that a person like that is not going to pray to God for forgiveness. A person like that knows they're a demon.
When you let somebody get out, when you let somebody that is beyond the state of comprehension, like on drugs, maybe like methamphetamine and uh whatever other illegal drugs there are, when you let somebody get a hold of that, I can guarantee, you know, catastrophe is going to happen. Like he was beyond the state. He's been his behavior 10, 12 times. His behavior is beyond the point of no control. It's beyond the point where if a woman tries to talk to him, even try to communicate with him, he will fuck her up. I'm sorry to have to say it in those words. If a woman even try to go against him, he will fuck her up. Just what my dad did to my mother, just what my brother did to his girlfriends and bragged about it. His last go bout was with a white woman, how he beat her and blamed her for beating her because this is years of reparations. You know what? Charlotte need to get their stuff together with this black. You know what? No, Charlotte don't need to get it together. Trump knows how to get it together for Charlotte. This is why I don't go to visit. This is why I wouldn't go to visit because this is sick. Was she all alone? Did she have friends or family?
He probably said to himself, she thinks she's all that. Maybe she looked at him a wrong way, or he assumed, or his mental illness thought she looked at him the wrong way. There is some, I agree with the rehabilitation thing. There are people that come out of this thing successful. But what about the repeat? I thought there was a three-strike rule. Didn't Bill Clinton do the three-strike deal? This is 10 times. You see 10 different pictures like he's on Project Runway or something. 10 to 12 different pictures of him. 14 arrests. 14 arrests. Imagine how many people he's killed that isn't in these arrests. Black on black crime. It's to the point of no return with this black on black crime and black on white crime. But when white happens to be white on black crime, it's like, wow, I want a statue put up. Here's a man who sat up there and tried to pass a $20 bill. He was a sick man who put a gun up to a pregnant woman's belly, and his homies beat him her boyfriend senseless. Yet he has statues. Yet people like me can't seem to emerge and get a freaking statue. Well said, Jesse. That's why I don't go around nobody that can poison me with anything else in my system. I don't go around no one. So whatever, I don't play that crap, man. Like it's sad. It's very sad how people have gotten off from killing. Stop the killing. If you know you're a demon, stop killing. Because now that Trump is in office, you will be held accountable. Repent. I can hear people saying, bitch, I'm not repenting for shit. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You have no remorse for nothing. So you deserve to be the fuck behind bars.
my time, you all I want.